It was called St Benedict's College, and the building is now a car park, and the building is right across the road from St Benedict's Church. And on the bottom floor of the building was a primary school, and it had boys and girls, and it started at Primer 1 and it went to Form 2, and then on the upper levels was the St Benedict's College, and that was girls from Form 3 to Form 7.
Yeah, 200 girls. Yeah.
And we were taught mainly by nuns, and it's a St Joseph nuns. And we did have some lay teachers, but mainly it was... So the lay teachers taught subjects that the nuns couldn't teach. But because the school was in it was actually too small, so what they did was they decided that they had to shut the school down. And so there was a final year, and I think it might have been maybe the late 80s, they closed the school down. And all the girls that were there, they went to Marcellin College. But for me, because Mum didn't want to send my sisters to St Ben's because it was going to be closed, my parents sent my sisters to St Mary's College instead. So St Ben's was closed down, and then it was vacant, and I also, because the building was very old, and I think probably they looked at it as a fire risk, because it was all wooden. It was a big wooden building, and it was looking pretty tired too. So they closed it down, and then they ended up demolishing it. I'll tell you what some of the girls used to do. There was an old man that had a shoe shop up in Simon Street, Jack Belcher, and he used to let the schoolgirls smoke in the back of the shop. Simon Street was quite a hub back then. There were lots of shops, and all the buses from Dominion Road, Mount Eden, Remuera, Onehunga, all came through Simon Street. It's a real main line into town. The shops are different now too. There are not many shops there now. There were some houses in Newton and St Benedict Street. There were a few houses there, not many, but there were houses there. Where the car park is now, that used to be the convent. And in the convent, the side bit, which was the porch, that's where the seventh formers. That was where their form class was, because there wasn't enough room in the actual school. When I went to school, there was a real mix of girls there. Like there were lots of Pacific, lots of Samoan girls, Māori, Yugoslavs. It's become very. It's not so much a working class place. It's sort of a place that you go through to get somewhere. There was a big, huge, there used to be a picture theatre up there, and they turned it into a big, but there's an old, I went there to, it's a university hangout now, and it has live bands, and it's actually in Newton. You should go and find it. It's called the King's Tavern, and it has really, you can imagine when it was, way back, that's where, because it would have been a local hangout. There was a shoe shop, and there would have been food shops, and it would have been like a hardware shop, a shop that sold sewing machines. You know, it was everything that you wanted, you need. I think there might have even been a fabric shop. There were banks, chemist. All that's gone now. Nobody, you know. So it would have been a little community up there. But because of malls that open up, and people tend to go to those places because you get everything. I mean, there were clothes shops, fashion shops. People don't go there anymore. People like to go to a one-stop shop. The warehouse too, you know. There used to be a library up there. Did you know that? Yeah. So where that bike shop is, if you keep going round, there used to be the ASB Bank, but it's now a restaurant called Squid Road. And then if you keep going round, like you're going onto Mount Eden Road, there's a big concrete building there, and that used to be the Grafton Library. And I imagine when it was in the beginning, it was a real hustle and bustle sort of place. But it's changed. Having a train station there would be good, but people will just get on and get off. But if and go home. But if there's nothing to keep them, like you look at Kingsland, that's a good example. It's got the train station there, and it's got restaurants, it's got bars, and those are all things that people need. It's got the doctors there. They have to make sure that